Afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. Infant botulism has been confirmed in central Kentucky. It has the Madison County Health Department sending out a warning to parents to monitor children for symptoms. ABC 36's Anna Medina has more from health officials here in Lexington about what it is and some of the concerns behind the bacteria. She joins us with the details in our top story this half hour. Anna?
Infant botulism is a serious illness that requires urgent medical attention. In some cases, the source of the infant botulism may be honey or exposure to soil contaminated with Clostridium botulinum. If the bacteria are ingested, the spores produce a toxin that can cause a variety of symptoms in infants. Kevin Hall, the spokesperson of the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department, says the sooner an infant is treated for the bacteria, the better, adding that cases of infant botulism can be rare, and this is a way to keep protecting our infants.
So when the bacteria, the spores of the bacteria get into the intestines, and in addition to the problems of feeding, if they're showing it's flat muscles, so maybe droopy eyes, droopy cheeks, you want to keep an eye out for that. If your baby's just not being its normal self and showing those symptoms, really get help as quickly as possible.
There is an antitoxin doctors can give an infant to treat them. Hall stresses it is very important to treat the child as quickly as possible. And coming up tonight at 5:30, Hall tells us if the bacteria is deadly or not. For now, Anna Medina, ABC 36 on your side.
Let's check back in with meteorologist Jordan Smith in for TG on this steamy 4th of July Eve. Boy, we call it the air you can wear, and we're not going to be done with it anytime soon.
No, and I think it's going to get a little bit even more steamier into midweek as heat index values climb deep into the 90s. But you know what? It is summer after all. I mean, we had that cool spell back in June. So at least we're going to make up for it here into first part of July. First things first, let's look back on yesterday's severe weather event because, man, it was really significant all across the Commonwealth. You can see all of these storm reports. Most of these are damage and winds. We had some pretty extensive damage all across the Commonwealth, and you guys have done a wonderful job sending in all your pictures to us, so we greatly appreciate it. We hope everyone stayed safe during all those storms as well. Those storms also brought a lot of heavy rain. See all these areas in blue, which is a good portion of areas along I-64 and south, 1 to 3 inches just in the last 24 hours. But look at here in the portions of northern Casey County where they picked up just shy of 6 inches of rain over the last 24 hours, 5.7 inches. They had some high water concerns in this area and also a confirmed tornado just coming out from the National Weather Service into Casey County. So again, it was very active to say the least. Thankfully though, now Max HD radar is pretty much quiet all across areas, tracking a few light showers here into portions of central and eastern Kentucky, but those are few and far between. We are mainly dry and hot. Temperatures may be into the low 80s across the area, but it's those dew points that are really up there making it feel much steamier than that. As far as the next 36 hours go, we won't drop very much overnight. Upper 60s to near 70, and then tomorrow afternoon, many areas hit the mid to upper 80s on the 4th of July and heat index values that hit the low 90s. And like I said, it gets even steamier just past the 4th of July. We'll break that down and also show you when the next best chance for storms comes in your Storm Team forecast.
Well, now to what we know about a Kentucky State Police sergeant who passed away today. KSP saying Post 10 Sergeant Jared Boggs died after a brief illness. He spent his entire career at Post 10, graduating from Cadet Class 84 back in 2005. He was promoted to sergeant in 2017. Governor Beshear taking to social media today saying, quote, "He bravely served our Commonwealth for 18 years, protecting our people, and we are forever grateful," end quote. Meantime, Harlan Little League also sharing these pictures saying, quote, "We are saddened to hear of the passing of a longtime coach and friend, Jared Boggs. We send our deepest condolences to his son, Zach, his entire family, friends, and police force," end quote. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. We'll, of course, keep you updated. Now to the war in Ukraine, we're learning new details about the CIA director's secret trip to Kyiv and why he says Russia's failed mutiny is a once-in-a-generation opportunity for the agency. Plus, what a former member of the Wagner Group responsible for carrying out the rebellion is now saying. Patrick Reevell is on the ground in Ukraine with the latest.
This morning, Vladimir Putin still dealing with the fallout from that mercenary rebellion a week ago. CIA Director William Burns saying the failed mutiny shows the corrosive effect of Putin's war in Ukraine and gives the CIA a chance to recruit more spies.
That disaffection creates a once-in-a-generation opportunity for us at CIA.
Russia's defense minister today speaking publicly for the first time since the rebellion, thanking officers for remaining loyal. ABC now speaking to a former Wagner fighter about the failed mutiny by the group and its now exiled leader Yevgeny Prigozhin.
Do you think this is the end of Wagner?
I don't think so. PMC Wagner will continue, for example, in Africa and Middle East.
Meanwhile, Ukraine's counter-offensive is showing signs of progress. ABC News given access to American-supplied howitzer artillery guns, firing near Bakhmut in the east and where Ukraine is now making advances.
We're here at an artillery position close to the city of Bakhmut. And Ukrainian forces here say that they are slowly taking back ground. And they insist that Bakhmut will be theirs again.
That's still far off, but the Ukrainian military's counter-offensive is seeing steady progress, although it's slow and bloody.
Ukrainian troops on the front line say that they knew this would be hard and slow, but they also say that the main phase of the counter-offensive is still yet to come. Patrick Reevell, ABC News, Dnipro, Ukraine.
Oh, back here at home, the FDA and health leaders are warning people who may have lost power in Sunday's storms to practice food safety to keep you and your family from getting sick. The FDA says if you're still without power, to keep your refrigerator and freezer doors closed to try and maintain cold temperatures as long as possible. Now, if doors stay closed, a full freezer will hold its temperature for 48 hours. If it's half full, it'll stay cold for 24 hours. Meantime, a fridge can keep food safe for just 4 hours.
You never want to sample something, never taste it to see if it's okay, because it could be too late before you find out. You may take that bite and you find out that it's rancid, but you've already exposed yourself to potentially getting very, very sick.
Of course, when in doubt, just throw it out. Things like meat, poultry, or seafood products, cheeses, and other dairy items should be thrown away. Well, speaking of food, Tyson says it will stop using its no antibiotics ever label on chicken. Plus, we'll take you to the Kentucky for Kentucky Fun Ball, where the Lexington shop is asking people to trade in their old BlackBerry phones for Elite One's newest flavor.